You say yes, and then you instantly regret it again. Does this sound familiar? You want to protect your time and your sanity, but every time you try and set a boundary, the guilt hits you like a truck. Today, I'm going to give you 3 word for word scripts to set boundaries without feeling like a bad person. But first, we have to really make a personal mindset shift so they'll actually work. I used to think that setting boundaries meant I was selfish or letting someone down, but that's really not true at all. I also thought that boundaries were about controlling other people. Early in my coaching career, when there was a certain thing happening in the world and we were all at home together, I was working from home and I needed to set a boundary. And one of the boundaries I set with my family at home while I was working, trying to get things done in my office, was putting up a stoplight on my door. And it wasn't a literal stoplight, it was something I printed out, but it was red, yellow, and green. And even my young daughter at the time understood a stoplight. And I put little descriptions on the stoplight, but red meant do not come in. I'm recording something, I'm coaching someone, I am leading something. Yellow meant I'm on a meeting, but if you really need something, you can knock lightly and come in. And then green meant I was working, not with someone. It still needs to be important, but you're not going to interrupt anything. And this really helped my family to know when they could come in if they needed something quick and when they couldn't interrupt me. And that really helped everyone, including my husband. So it started with helping out my daughter, and then it helped my husband too, because then when he would come and want to ask me something, he would see where the clothespin was on my stoplight to tell them if they could come in or stop and turn around or come in slowly. Let's get real. Setting and enforcing boundaries are the single biggest difference between you staying in love with your mission or burning out from it. Now, to use these 3 scripts that I'm sharing, we have to address the catch-22 that most of us feel because it keeps us stuck. On one side, we often know we need boundaries. Me telling you you need boundaries is not new information. Boundaries get talked about often, and there's a reason because they are so necessary. But on the other hand, we don't want to be seen as selfish or uncaring. We have this guilt, that tension that keeps us frozen and stuck in the same patterns, saying yes when we really mean no, and feeling resentful or overwhelmed after that. So here is script number 1. For me right now, it's a no. Thank you for asking. This one can be hard for people. You don't owe anyone a reason or a long story. Simple is strong. The value is in the clarity, not the length. And this can work for an email, it can work in person, or even in a text message. Now, imagine yourself sending this. For me right now, it's a no, but thanks for asking. Does it feel awkward? Do you feel guilty? I'd love to know in the comments what you think of this first script and if you think you could follow through with it. If it does make you feel that way, it's normal if this is new for you. But what if saying no isn't enough? What if the relationship matters to you or you want to honor your values? Most people think that boundaries are about other people, but boundaries are for you, your peace, your focus, and your family. So when I was talking about the stoplight on my door to help my family know when they could come in and when they needed not to, it was for me. It was for me so I could stay focused on my work so that when it was time for family time, I could focus on my family and not feel guilty that I wasn't with my family. So setting those boundaries helped me to stay focused in the place that I was so that when I was at the other place being with my family, I could focus on them and be present. Boundaries help you to be present in the moment and not feel guilty saying no because you know that after this, I'm going to be able to not feel guilty being with my family. When you set a boundary for yourself, everyone around you benefits because you show up fully where you are. All right, script number 2. During the weekends, I don't check emails. That's my time to recharge so I can be at my best for you during the week. The magic in this one is tying your boundaries to your bigger why, not as an apology, but as a value of yours. And this is something where, especially if you are a leader, if you're responding to an email of someone in your organization, a team member, they're going to appreciate these values, and you are leading from example and modeling so that when you're emailing them, they don't feel like they need to respond on the weekends either. And this can be applied to, you can say, I don't respond to emails in the evenings. It can even be a one-off thing that you're just not aligned, that's just not aligned with your values. So I really love this one because it aligns with your values. But what if you're trying to tell your boss no, or someone you deeply want the respect of? Here's script number 3. Right now, I can't take this on without compromising the quality of my other priorities. Saying something like this, especially to a boss or someone you're working with, nobody in your life wants you to do a bad job at the things that you're doing. Your family, your coworkers, your team. So if you're turning down someone, this is especially helpful for people who have a superior that you report to. You can always ask them if they want to reprioritize your focus, because sometimes there are things that come up that are more important than a previous priority. So that's where this one can be really beneficial. Now you have all 3 scripts. Here's what ties them all together. You have to give yourself permission to protect your peace. If you don't, the guilt will never leave. And if that sounds like you'll continue to feel guilty. The solution is to better understand why you are feeling this way. I learned the hard way for myself, and I'll share it with you when you click the video on the screen right now, or if you're a podcast listener, going to the previous episode. If this message resonated with you, you can anonymously leave a like, leave a comment, and you can subscribe to my channel for more videos about burnout, compassion fatigue, and loving your life on purpose, because you are worth it.